What's up, quarantinis? Hope all of you are staying safe and healthy during this pandemic and keeping yourself busy and your mind occupied. I know it can get boring being stuck in the house. But, when I get bored, there's one thing that always cheers me up, and that is making things go boom. Today, let's talk about civilian legal grenades. There are several different civilian legal grenades and distraction devices on the market. Some use high pitched sounds and flashing lights to disorient their intended target. Others produce clouds of smoke that offer concealment for the user. The first device I want to show you today is the Fox 5.3 OC grenade. This is the 2 ounce can. They also come in a 1.5 and a 3 ounce can. This one contains about 2% OC extract. It is a grenade, but it can also be used as a regular pepper spray or mace type deal. You push the tab down here and it sprays out. The thing that I like about it is that once you press this down, it does stay engaged, and you can toss it, and you'll get that same 10-second burst of OC spray. Another thing that they say is that it's designed to, if it hits a flat surface on concrete outside, it'll spin as the spray is going off to give you a good pattern and get as much spray in as many directions as possible. The 2% is on average for most civilian OC spray, so that's pretty decent. It'll agitate the nose, the eyes, and the throat. They say that it's best used in a room that's 12 by 12, but it still causes the same type of irritation outside, I guess, just to a lesser degree. For me, I bought these for just in case for crowd control and things like that. I think it was a good purchase. I haven't tested out for obvious reasons. I don't feel like choking or burning my eyes or throat or anything like that. But I do plan on purchasing some inert units that spray out some type of liquid just to give you an idea of the pattern and how far it'll go and things like that. So once I get some of those in, I'll do another video and show you guys how those work out. But that's the first one, the Fox 5.3 OC grenade. Okay, moving on. The next device I want to show you guys is the Thunder B distraction device. Is what they call a civilian legal version of a flashbang grenade. It works off of the CO2 cartridges here. It has a metal spoon and top there, plastic shell. So the way these works, what you have is the core here. You unscrew it here. Drop your CO cartridge inside. Screw it back on. And put it in your shell. There's a firing pin at the top that I advise you set up before you put your cartridge in there. But the way you set up the firing pin is there's a little hole at the top there. Stick it in, flick that firing pin down. I like to hold it with the spoon, like that. Set your firing pin, or I'm sorry, set your O-ring in there, and that'll hold your firing pin down. So now you're set. That's when I like to put the CO2 cartridge in. Screw it tight. Then you're set. So when you're ready, hold the spoon down, pull the pin, toss. Once you release it, the spoon will let go. The firing pin will come back, hit the top of the cartridge there, and what happens is this plastic container fills with gas, and once it gets to capacity, it blows down along that seam there. I did try one out. I tried it out with the pineapple shell, and that's what it looks like when it's over. It does let out a pretty good sound, maybe about as loud as a 9mm shot, and that's outside. So I want to try them in a more closed off area, so I'm thinking we're going to do that with this one here and see how it sounds indoors versus outside. They do come in 3 different types of shells. I bought the 3-pack originally that comes with the core, 2 of the pull pins, and these 3 shells here. Classic flashbang type design, the training type design, and then the pineapple. Okay, let's go test one out and see if it is a viable option for a distraction device. We're going to test this one out inside the garage and see how loud of a bang we get. Okay, we're going to test out the Thunder Bee distraction device. So we're going to pull the pin, squeeze the spoon, and toss. Wow, that was loud. All right, let's check out the damage. Okay, as you can see, it did split right down the seam like it was supposed to. So it did do the job. Let's go back in and talk about it a little bit. Okay, that was the Thunder Bee flashbang training system grenade that we just blew up. It did what it was supposed to. It split from the top of the seam all the way to the bottom. Honestly, this was the least loud of all the ones that I tested. The pineapple style grenade was the second loudest. These newer ones that I got in, the Valken Tacticals, these were the loudest. I let off 4 of them, a couple outside, a couple in the garage. These actually can make your ears ring a little bit if you throw them indoors. But these were definitely the loudest, but there was a drawback. Out of the 4 that I played around with, 3 worked perfectly. This one did not. When I tossed it, I could hear the gas escape. I could see the canister swelling up. It spun around, but it never filled to capacity and never went bang. If you look at them, you might be able to tell this one is a little misshapen. It did swell up some, but again, it didn't do any damage to the seam there. It scuffed it up a little on the back, but I didn't get the boom I was looking for. So that was 1 failure out of 4, not bad with those. All the rest of them went off without any problem. I like them for distraction devices. Like I said, if I toss one behind someone, when it goes off, they're definitely gonna look. And that's all I was really looking for, to get somebody to take their eyes off of me for a second, and I think those served the purpose. There was one other thing that I wanted to mention about the 5.3 grenade that we talked about earlier. One of the cool features that I forgot to mention is that it does have a ultraviolet dye in it, so after it is sprayed, anyone that was hit with it will show up under a blue light, making it easy to identify that person. But anyway, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Give me a like, hit the subscribe button. Look forward to talking to you again. And as always, get armed, get trained, get organized.